Yesterday it's funny because we can address the two overreaction about not being at OTAs. And Frankie Fresco sends me this embarrassing DM that I'll read to you guys. Here it is. Priorities, my friend. Even after winning a Super Bowl, and he's talking about Mahomes being at OTA, the guy's still showing up for voluntary OTAs, whether he does absolutely nothing. He knows he's a leader, knows his presence means more than anything. Tua does not see it that way. The difference between a leader and a sheep. And so I told them, bro, you're pathetic. And it's typical of some of you fans that you have this utopian idea of what the perfect player is. And actually, the perfect player is Tua, Frankie. Is any of you other idiots out there like Frankie that think that because he missed OTAs yesterday, he's not a leader? He's out there trying to improve himself. This is the guy that busted his hip and in 10 months was ready to play for a coach that didn't want him. Okay? For a coach that hated him. And he never pointed fingers at the coach. That's a leader there, Frankie. And by the way, his commitment, you know what it is? When you haven't proven anything, you work your ass off. He didn't have to fix the hip to play football. He probably could have made money and lived a good life, because he's a smart guy. He could have gotten a regular job, moved on, maybe do some announcing or something on the college level or something like that. Heisman Trophy, this, that, whatever, walk away, enjoy himself and, move around and, no, but he loves football. So he busted his ass 10 months to get back in to play in the NFL and to play behind Jesse Davis and get killed. Not point any fingers because he's a winner. A leader plays with broken ribs, Frankie. A leader plays with broken ribs and a fractured finger and is still completing a 50-yard floater downfield to Waddle. A leader is on fourth down. He's, knifing through two defenders in New England for a fourth down and a touchdown, a clutch win, which, of course, people don't ever remember shit like that because people like you, Frankie, are worried about some fucking stupid, useless OTA that, by the way, an OTA that Tyreek, Waddle, Odell, Mostert, Jonnu, Jalen, Sealer, Fuller, and Shaq also missed. Okay? So I don't know what you think a leader is, but I think a leader is a guy that, hey, the coach doesn't want you around, but then all of a sudden sees Jabroni Brissett struggling and he calls you to come off the bench. And you're not like, hey, bro, why should I come off the bench? You're a dick. You don't want me here. You told me you don't need me. Comes off the bench to bring him back against Baltimore and win. Everything about Tua is leader. He played with a concussion, Frankie, not just ribs, not just a fractured finger, not with only a coach that can't fucking stand him and didn't want him. He also played with a concussion because we all know he was concussed in that Buffalo game. Oh, no, it was a neck thing. And then he came back and played. That's not a leader. That's not somebody that's willing to sacrifice. I don't know, Frankie. I don't know if you know what the definition of a leader is. But all those things that he does, everything about him is leader. Everything. When a player is willing to do whatever it takes to be the best he can be, okay, like building up his body, he couldn't do it in OTAs. He had to go do it with Nick Hicks. Understand? So now he's working with John Beck to become a better passer, a more agile passer because he understood he needs a little bit more mobility. That's what a leader does, Frankie and other idiots out there that are overreacting about missing a fucking stupid OTA. I mean, you people sound pathetic, bro. You're picking on Tua for missing a useless OTA when he's doing something much more important, because he's actually improving himself all throughout the offseason. Yesterday, it was a golf tournament. Shit happens, dude. And these OTA days are missed by players all over the league. I've been doing it for 34 years. They have babies, they have weddings, they have family gatherings, they have professional commitments, they have important people in their lives that they have to go, whether it's a charity event, whether it's your former coach, whether it's maybe a big-time teammate of yours or something like that. Brother, that there are sacrifices that have to be made in life, and there are relationships that you make throughout your history, Frankie, and you're tied to those relationships and those commitments, and they're like family. And Saban is like family to him, and he will do anything for Saban, and Saban will do anything for him. There is a symbiotic relationship there that you and I cannot relate to. But these gentlemen, hey, it happened to fall on this day of the OTA. It's not during training camp. It's not in the preseason where he's missing a game. It's not in the regular season. It's not important shit like that. It's an OTA in May. An OTA in May where you're doing nothing. Apparently, Frankie, Shaq Barrett just got here, and he's not at the OTA. Who else? Jonnu Smith just got here, not at the OTA. Kendall Fuller just got here, not at the OTA. Odell Beckham just got here, not at the OTA. I guess they're not committed to their profession. I guess they must be incredibly unprofessional, right? I mean, that's kind of the way it is. When a player, all they do is show you leadership. That's all Tua has ever shown, leadership. He has been the adult in the building more than some of the people that have been in the building. Because Flores wasn't showing leadership by backstabbing the front office and his owner and everybody else and his quarterback. And meanwhile, here's Tua taking hits from everybody and never pointing fingers. That's leadership, dude. The sad part is, Frankie, you're old enough and, you speak Spanish. Tienes pelos en el culo suficiente para saber. You know what I'm saying? You got enough hair on your balls. You've grown up enough to probably figure this out yourself, and you still have it, and you're overreacting about a May OTA. And the rest of you idiots overreacting about a May OTA. I hope you sit back and realize you're an embarrassment. You're pathetic. Okay? You're a joke. All that guy does is anything and everything to be a better player. Can't be a better person. He's already there. I'll never get there, but he's there. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm honest enough to tell you I'm not going to get there. So I'm not sure, but all I ever see from Tua is pure leadership, dude. That's all. All I see is sacrifice. He's not about being on his Instagram. He's not about his brand. He's all about team. That's leader, Frankie. the guy that's all about the team. What can I do to help my team? The crazy son of a bitch will put a shoulder into somebody when we don't want him to do that, but he'll do it. I mean, I don't know, man. I I love everything about Tua. Everything. Okay? I how he is made is absolutely perfect. He is a warrior. Is he built like, Adonis? Is he built like Cam and Josh Allen and those big some bitches? No, dude. No, I know that. I understand all of that. But that doesn't mean he can't be a great player, because Joe Montana wasn't built like that, and neither was Drew Brees, and neither was Bob Greasy. And they all learned how to be great players in their own right, in their own way, and they were all right in the way they played the game. And I've seen the Fran Tarkentons of the world. I've watched different kinds of players have success. You don't all have to be like Ben Roethlisberger and be 6'5" and, be a big giant guy. Hey, if you have that, that's great, But he's got all the other things, all the tangibles and all the intangibles that you need. And the problem is, some of you out there, since you're not a believer, you come up with this kind of bullshit. It's the same. I've exposed all you Tua haters the same way. All of you Tua haters, I've exposed you the same way. You come up with stupid shit to try to defend your position. That's all it is. That's all it is. All you people that reach for stupid shit, just like Frankie Fresco did, it's the same crap, dude. All you're trying to do is justify your position. And you're picking on a guy for missing an OTA or OTAs or whatever that he's missed in the last couple of weeks because he's either improving himself or because he had a prior commitment to something that he does for a freaking, it's Nick Saban. You should kind of understand the relationship with those two. I don't get it. It's like, come on, man. If you followed sports long enough, players and some of their coaches, they become incredibly close with them, and they will do anything for some of their coaches. I don't know if this is breaking news for anybody. I'm not exactly sure how I'm enlightening anybody with any of this stuff. If you have just a slice of intelligence, a slice of awareness, all you got to do is just watch the young man. He spews leadership. So there you go, Frankie. That's just the crap I've heard from Frank and others. Just it's embarrassing. I just got to say, absolutely embarrassing.